Hi, everyone. Bridget Cavanaugh here. I'm sitting in my home office and I'm reading through the Run to Convention program details that we just received in our inboxes last night. And I'm pretty darn excited about it. And wanted to walk you through some of the strategizing that I'm personally doing and want to use this as an opportunity to help all of you and kind of coach you, straight into the success of this program. First of all, why are we running for convention? All right, so for those of you that are new and watching this, I want to share just a couple of quick stories. Convention it's a magical time of year in our company. It is a momentous event in our company, and it really signifies and brings together the entire Rodan & Fields community, our executive team, Dr. Rodan and Dr. Fields themselves, and wraps it up in a weekend of training, inspiration, new connections, relationships, parties, and giving. Last year we raised as a group over $1.2 million through our Prescription for Change Foundation for Build On. It's an extraordinary weekend. It is the first weekend in October in Las Vegas. And I want to tell you, when I joined in the fall of 2009, convention was a mere 2 weeks away. I could barely afford my kit, let alone a trip to Scottsdale. But I just had to, and the convention was sold out, and I was able to stand in line, open, and the line opened up to me. I got a chance to register. I put it all on my credit card, flew to Phoenix, and I went as a team of one. I went by myself, and that one event changed everything that would come after. It amped my belief. It amped my understanding of what this business could really mean for me. It brought me together and created connections with men and women that are the most dear friends to me to this day. It was 7.5 years ago. And those people have made an extraordinary difference in the success of my business. I never would have met them had I not gone to that first convention. And our business is a business of belief. It's a business of duplication. And so I went as a party of one, but I came back supercharged, recruiting, building, growing my paycheck, and leaning in, excited for the next convention that would come. And that year, I went with a team of about 25 to New Orleans. And the year after that, there were 150 of us at the top of the Hyatt Hotel on my little team that just started out as a team of one. 2 years later, 150 of us celebrating. And the year after that, we were easily up into the 750. And then it grew to 1,500. And I'll be honest, I've lost count. So, but it all started with one. It all started with the decision for me to go. So the best thing about this new program is that the power is in your hands to attend this year. And I want to just give you a little bit of rationalization. This new Run to Convention is a way to allow kind of everyone equal footing to attend. All right. We want to fill Las Vegas with the most active, hungry, engaged consultant. So this is a chance to really earn that coveted spot and to increase, the productivity of the field, and not just for you, but for your team as well. So as you run for convention, because we're a business of duplication, your team will run with you. So that's the most exciting part, is that your decision to put on your track shoes is going to help a lot of other people make that decision too. All right. So there are some guaranteed invitations to register if you were level 5 or above in February. And I had several partners, knowing this would be the biggest, most banner year for the company, made a huge effort. And I congratulate all of you for earning that title of level 5 and above. So you will all be given an invitation. Doesn't mean you're automatically signed up, but when you get that registration link, you're going to want to jump on. We have Australia partners coming on board. We have our launch month, which is May, and those Australian partners have a really short window. They have to be level 5, 3 of 4 months leading up to convention, but they've had some pre-build time. So we're expecting quite a few Australians to be in Las Vegas with us, and they actually get to earn that trip. Might be an all expense paid trip for some of them. It's going to be huge. If you are engaged in our Lead the Way program, our Lead the Way Milestone 4 achievers are going to earn an all expense paid trip to convention. And our level Circle and above from March to July. So again, so some great ways. But what if level 5 isn't in your title right now, right? What if you weren't there in February, but you want to go, or you want to be me? You want to go as, well, none of you will go as a party of 1. I mean, for crying out loud, it's March. I mean, you can go as a party of 20. You can go as a party of 30. But let's take a look at the Run to Convention rewards program. Now, this was sent to you in an email. I believe it's part of a shareable too. So I'm going to break this down for you guys in a couple different ways. But what this is really about is it has two components, all right? Is growing the number of executive consultants personally sponsored to you, personally enrolled on your personal team, all right? And growing that in kind of leaps of 2. So like Noah's Ark, right? We want them to come on 2 by 2, all right? And when you add 2 EC legs, and I'm going to really clarify, they do not have to be new people that join your business. You know, some of you might have someone on your team that joined a couple months ago and life got in the way and they just, haven't been able to secure that title. And now they're ready, right? Because new products come in, we're hearing the buzz in the media, we're launching globally. Now they're ready to go. So that person can still count towards this kind of new EC leg growth. We like to call it kind of net. So it's an addition above your February. So if you close February, let's say as a level 2, that means you have 2 executive consultants personally enrolled to you, and you end March with 2 more, you're going to get 4 points. All right. And then every time, not unlike our Lead the Way program, but every time you enroll 2 new consultants on the BBL or the RFX kit, you're going to get 2 points. And Rodana Fields is saying, hey, between now and July, if you earn 15 points, you're going to get a $500 travel voucher to convention. It's not only going to get to register, they're going to pay a big chunk of it. If you're at 25 points, they're going to deposit $1,000 in your payday account. All right. And you get a special branded gifts at both of those levels. And you get this chance to register for convention. And I'm going to talk about even more benefits to this. So at 30, boom, you're jumping that, we're really talking about some serious cash to get convention paid for. So this isn't just for individuals who weren't level 5. I mean, this is for everyone. Would I want an additional $2,000 in my bank account to cover my Vegas expenses? I'm already level 5. I'm already guaranteed to register. But man, I love cash in hand. What a great thing. And actually, if you get up to 35 points, you get to bring a guest. They're going to hold a hotel, keep that aside for you. And then the top 10 achievers, and trust me, there's going to be people running for these big spots and these big money, are going to get some stage recognition, which is always such a treat at convention. I also want to tell you too, another reason to go to convention, just in case you're like, you need another reason, you just get awesome swag. Like the travel, we all have travel sets. Those of us that went to the last show in Vegas, we got travel sets. We got the awesome little bag with the cool swag and the Rodana Fields, and this was filled with Lash Boost swag, all kinds of things that you get to pick up when you go to convention. There's always a special experience for those of you that attend on site, all right? But this is kind of the point structure. You guys have a copy of this, but I'm going to break it down a little bit further. There's also going to be a leaderboard to track your standing. All right. But my recommendation for all of you would be to reach out to your sponsor and say, I really want to run for this. I want, help. Let's work on this together. I'm going to start bringing you three-way calls. We had a phenomenal PBU training for spring training with Marissa McDonough and Romy Neustadt. Three-way calls. So you're going to up your three-way calls. You're going to up the number of people you're talking to. So you'll have this great leaderboard that you can follow and see all the people that are doing this with you. But I think your best is your sponsor, your accountability partner, those sideline partners that you say, come on, guys, let's go make this happen. All right. So you'll have a way to track it, but I think the best way to track it is for you to be committed and to have an accountability partner. Now, sorry that they might seem a little small, but these are also in what we call the terms and conditions document that was sent out in the email, and there's links. And so these show up as little diagrams and, further down as you scroll down that email. And all this is showing is a couple different scenarios for, you start off February, you've got 4 EC legs, you amp that up to 6, and you're going to get 4 points is basically what that's showing, right, in the points awarded. All right, so you're getting, you're building points for helping consultants on your team either get to EC for the first time or maybe reclaim it. All right, so, a lot of us that have been in business a while can look across our organizations and see people that, have a couple $100, $200, $300, $400, in their PSQV, and you're like, well, shoot, let's get a BBL going. Let's do, a virtual launch event. Let's create some fun things to happen for this person. That's a win-win. We're going to give them their promotion back to EC. We're going to get them a bigger paycheck, and, and you'll be working on your goals to run for convention. All right, so it's a win-win-win across the board. And then as we team build, all right, so as we add new consultants, if you add 2, it's 2 points. Anything over 3 is going to be an additional point per consultant. So, for example, in this scenario 1, this person's adding 3 in July, so they're getting 3 points. Notice, though, in a month when you add 1, it won't count as anything. So, again, think Noah's Ark. You want to bring them on 2 by 2. All right? That'll be helpful. And then, excuse me, it jumped ahead. Sometimes these can be a little bit touchy. Hold on. Okay, here we go. And then that third scenario at the bottom is just combining the 2 up above. And then I did a version, just to kind of give everyone a good sense. I sometimes have to really get out pen and paper and map this out for myself. Do you ever feel that way where, our home office team will send all these pretty graphics and write-ups, but you're just like, I have to process this through my own brain, which is what I did. So I invite you kind of along for the journey. So I broke it down and I said, okay, I'm just getting my head around this. Maybe I'm a brand new consultant, I'm an EC myself, or I've got 1 partner, I'm just where I am in my business. So I'm thinking, okay, how am I going to really start with this program, and how am I going to be successful? Excuse me. Step 1 is to get recruiting. RITA. RITA is your acronym. Recruiting is the answer. So recruiting is the answer here. So instead of thinking, oh, how am I going to, wake up maybe some sleeping, legs on my team, I would go right into recruiting mode. All right, because the fastest way there is going to be getting fresh, new, excited people joining you in the business and kind of ready to rock and roll, which I always feel is sometimes easier than, hey, wake up, let's run for this. So I think the most exciting thing is to really get out there and set your sights on 2 new consultants this month on the BBL kit or above. I apologize for our Canadians. I have the US pricing in there, but this applies to you guys too. So on those bigger kits, on the 2 bigger kits, let's do the same thing in April, okay? Let's not slow down too much. We'll help our March consultants get their dates lined out for their launch event. And, if they get to EC, sooner in the process, great. But let's get busy recruiting. Let's really put our energy into adding new, fresh, exciting people, because that's where your greatest number of points is going to come from. All right, is adding those, getting those ECs, getting those people onto the team and getting them to EC. Excuse me. So we got a nice full funnel. All right, so March, we're going to get 2 points for those 2 Cs. In April, we're going to get 3. because we brought on 3 consultants. We're going to have 3 points from that. So we're cooking. We're like a third of the way there to the first, milestone in this program. We've got a nice full funnel. We've been talking to lots of people. We've got a new product launch right in the mix. It's Q2. I don't have a date, but that's April, May, or June. So we're right in the thick of it. May, we're right in the thick of all the media buzz and, possibly the products launch. Like, we don't know the date yet. You've got 2 C's, but now these EC legs are starting to pop, right? The BBLs are done. They're beginning to recruit. They realize they have a chance to really run for convention. And so in May, you've got 2 new consultants on the big kits, and now you've got 2 brand new EC legs. Those EC legs are worth 4, and the consultants are worth 2, so now you've got 6 points. And again, we've got a full funnel. Our team is growing, so we're going to do the same thing in June. We're going to go 2 new consultants, 2 new EC legs, and now we're at another 6 points, all right? Because we're adding on from our February base. So remember how many you had in February. So by the time we're in June, we've actually promoted in title 2 times. So in February, let's just imagine if you were an EC, by the end of May, you'd be a level 2. By the end of June, you'd be a level 3. All right, just with this scenario. You're going to write your own scenario. I'm just giving you an example. And then July, your funnel's so full. There's so much buzz. The product has been launched for sure, right? Because we know it's coming in Q2. So July, we're starting out, our Q3. And so we've got, 3 people jumping on board, and all these legs and all these people that have been joining our business, and maybe folks that have been, kind of had backburnered the business or pulling it out to the front burner. They're seeing your success. They want to duplicate what you're doing. So now, and this often happens in the business, that kind of steamroller momentum is happening. So let's just, for our scenario's sake, we've got 3 new C's on the big kits and 3 new EC legs, and that gives us 10 points. So this is just a scenario, right? You can write it out any way you want. You may have had a big recruiting month in February, so you're like, dang, I got people with launch events. My business, it's taken off in March. You plan this out, okay? You take a look at what activity is going to be happening, and then you assign it the points in the right-hand column. The questions that I want to address with all of you is this worth it? Is it worth it to run for this? Okay, you're going to get a chance to register for convention. You're going to get some cool swag. You're going to get a chance to, last year we got to sit and watch Meghan Trainor perform a live concert for all of us. I don't know what's in store, okay, for all of you in Vegas, but it's going to be big. Trust me, it always is. But, let's not forget, there's Australia launching. If you have 1 or 2 people that are showing some interest or pre-enroll with you in Australia, let's not forget that those are going to count when they come on board, not in March or April, but they're going to count for you in May, June, and July. So that's actually really exciting. All right. So think about, for those of you that are, pre-building over there, Australia's going to have a big impact. Here's the real gem in all of this, is the opportunity, which is what you want to be doing anyway, is ramping your team. You want to get, when this new product launches, you want to have as many, cool little virtual storefronts around the US and Canada as you possibly can. This is really about you. This is about you building your business, serving more customers, helping other people be successful, and your chance to really ramp this, prior to, during, and after a major product innovation, and prior to whatever's coming out in the fall. The timing is just incredible. On the same side, I just want to reiterate that the executive consultant count on your personal team doesn't have to be new people. They just have to be kind of new ECs from February. So it could have been someone who maybe had a good holiday season, but then got busy and back to a crazy post-holiday schedule, and they haven't been an executive consultant for a couple months. They circle back and become one for you in any of these months. They start to count towards these points. It's not just has to be all new people. It can be some existing folks on your team. The key to all of this, though, especially with your activity, is to start today. I mean, this is not something you want to decide to maybe start doing in, mid-May to late May. I mean, you want to get a jump. You want to get a jump on this with your recruiting, or jump on this with getting some people promoted that joined your team, in January and February. All right. Every business is unique. You're going to want to map this out for yourself. But I want to share with you kind of what I calculated out for the big picture. So, this is actually going to garner, just this scenario is going to garner 27 points, which means $1,000 bonus in your bank account. With some cool convention swag. And trust me, I mean, we have a lot of fun with our convention swag. I have convention swag for 7 conventions, and I love it all. Just on these team commissions, as you grow your team, all right, this number is kind of assuming the bigger kit and lets you adjust it from there. $1,600 in personal team commissions, earning 15% as we enroll our new partners. And then as those teams begin to build, I mean, I think 360 is actually a super conservative number, but as they become ECs and add those preferred customers on, that chance to grow those team commissions, 360, 500, really kind of giving you this healthy kind of $3,000, $3,500, like, wait a minute, not only do I get to go to convention, but I just grew my paycheck in a big way, all right, which is really, what we're after. And again, this is just a scenario of how this could pay out. So now you've got some extra cash flowing in. Your convention registration is guaranteed and now practically paid for by your effort. You're going to attend convention as what? As a level 3, a level 4, a level 5 circle, possibly, with growing, that ball, that snowball, right? If you're brand new, maybe like the image, we're kind of pushing that snowball up the hill. Well, we're going to get that snowball at the top of that hill right before, a major product launch, following the buzz of the new product that we're all kind of hearing about. So that chance for you, if you're, already in some of those bigger titles, to push right up into level 5 circle, earn yourself a brand new, a trip to one of several locations around the US and Canada for you and your family, totally concierge, all of those things. For those of you that are level 5, if 2 of your partners like really grab a hold of this and run, 3 of them, you're sitting on Elite by the end of the year, you're sitting at Premier and earning a trip to Napa. So, to me, this impacts everyone from brand new consultant trying to go, okay, what should I do? What should I focus on? Let's focus on that kind of 2 by 2. All right, the Noah's Ark thing, 2 by 2. Let's bring them on in 2s. Let's promote them in 2s, and let's really build this and make, this spring and summer a very lucrative time for you and set you up for an incredible fall in attending our convention. And let's not forget, you're going to have, I think I calculated this right, 11 or 12 additional Lead the Way miles, and that's a whole other set of prizes, fun things. And this is just really at kind of the, nice kind of beginning end of this program. I'm super excited about it. And I just want to circle back and just remind everyone about this kind of growth in your EC leg count, because I've just seen some, questions about that out in the universe, is to really, is just remember that, make a note of what your February count was. If you have questions about that, call your sponsor, go through it with them and say, okay, here's my plan. This is the number I'm going to recruit. This is the number I want to promote. I want to hit the 15 milestone just so I get the registration, the $500, or no, I'm jonesing for that $3,000 deposit in my bank account, or $4,000, or I want to walk this stage. All of it, going back to kind of the very first slide, all of it, the power is yours. Okay, so what if truly you had all the power to go all the places you want to go with your business and, inspire and take your team to run with you? So I want to thank everyone for just listening in with me for a few minutes. I was just going to check my time. I appreciate we've been on about 24 minutes. If you have questions about this, feel free to post below. We're here to kind of help answer and, raise your hand and let your business partner know that you're interested. Give yourself a shout out underneath the training, underneath the post, and, map out your own plan for convention, and just know that the benefits go far beyond convention registration and really go big into your chance to grow the business of your dreams and have the life of your dreams. I promise. It's what happened to me, and it will happen to you. So thanks, everyone. I hope this was helpful, and look forward to seeing you all at convention. All right. Take care. We'll wrap up. Bye.